Yeousch!
People always tell me stay in your lane, do your thing, but try to be different. I look at them and laugh like I ain't gon' change. I've been the same, plus I'm way too consistent.
What's up guys, it's X-Rays and welcome to a new episode of Under the Knife Dissection. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mtar Assault Rifle. We're going to find out if all the stats, if it's a good fit for you, and if it's a gun that you'll actually like. But before I jump into that, guys, if you guys want to check out the previous episode of Under the Knife Dissection, I actually covered the B23R pistol. If you guys want to check that out, a link to that will be down in the description. I also did a gun comparison between the B23R and the Cap 40 to find out which one was the best. If you want to check out either one of those, the gun comparison or the breakdown of the B23R, you can check them down in the description below. Is going to be linked to both of those. Anyways, let's jump straight into these stats. First of all, the Mtar is unlocked at level 4, which means it's the first assault rifle you get. It's a really good assault rifle on top of that, so Treyarch did a good job of placing a easily accessible weapon that's really good, and we're going to find out more. The Mtar is a full auto assault rifle. This just means you just hold down on the trigger, you don't gotta burst it, you're gonna do anything. It's not a select fire. It's not gonna be one of those weapons where you have to do anything more than just hold down on the trigger. Apart from that, the Mtar has a magazine size of 30 rounds per magazine. If you pop extended mags on this thing, it jumps up to 40. It's average numbers across the board, really, so it's pretty decent numbers for a assault rifle. It's nothing too weird or crazy to see here. Apart from that, the Mtar does insane damage. It does 40 at its max damage, and then it has a pretty steep drop off all the way down to 24 at its minimum damage. So this just means up close you're gonna really put damage on someone, and then at a distance it's gonna take you a little bit of a struggle to take someone down. The Mtar shoots at 720 rounds per minute, so again, this is one of those numbers that's pretty average. Around 700 rounds per minute is what a normal assault rifle shoots at. It's definitely not the worst assault rifle. It's definitely not the slowest shooting one. The slowest one actually being the FAL. If you are trying to spam it, so definitely just average numbers here. You're not going to worry too much about that. It's not something you're going to be like, oh, it's overwhelming or it's an underwhelming weapon. The Mtar has a time to kill of 0.1835 to 0.3504 of a second. So basically, again, these are just standard numbers. It's a little bit higher than average, really. It's a little strange that it is, but again, it's just pretty much average numbers, not much of a difference, mostly about 0.03 of a second. So it's a little higher than normal, but not much really. You would never really tell. The Mtar has a 3-shot kill range of 44 feet or around 13.5 meters. So this is again a pretty average for an assault rifle. Since it is, because of the power and the damage output, this makes the Mtar a 3 to 5 shot kill weapon. This is pretty average. Again, all of the guns, mostly apart from the semi-automatics like the FAL and SMR, all have a 3 to 5 shot kill range. So it's not something that's weird, something that's gonna really throw you off, because again, all of them have around the same shots to kill range. The Mtar has a 1.2 headshot multiplier. This just basically means that you're able to, bump it up a little bit. It's not really going to be too significant. It's only going to really affect that 5-shot kill range and bring it down if you get all of them as headshots. So if you're up close, don't go for the head. If you're at a distance and you feel confident enough and you want to go for the head, go ahead for it. It'll probably take down one bullet, but again, only if you're confident in your headshot ability. The Mtar has a low hip spread. This just means that it's pretty concentrated. You don't have to really worry about putting the laser sight on this thing. If you want to put it and you want to increase the hip accuracy, you can do it, but it's not really needed. And even if you were to be shooting from the hip, you would be so close that there really wouldn't be any point, unless you're some kind of weird person who's shooting from the hip all the time. Then I would recommend the laser sight. The Mtar, since it is an assault rifle, its movement speed is 95%. This just means when you're aiming down the sight, you're not going to be moving at 100%. This affects the way that the ghost perk works with assault rifles. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you guys can check out the dissection of the ghost perk. If you want to check it out, it does affect the way that it works. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. Will probably be a link down in the description as well. The Mtar has a 0.25 ADS in and ADS out. Nothing weird to see here. Same numbers across the board, really. It's actually the same across the board. The only gun that's different is the SMR, which is actually a little bit slower at aiming down the sight, and ADS in and ADS out. So again, normal numbers across the board. The Mtar has a raise and drop time of 0.68 seconds and 0.35 seconds. Again, this is normal across some of the assault rifles. Some of the other ones have a slower time, so it's actually a little bit faster than some of the other assault rifles, but still pretty consistent with the rest. The Mtar has a reload time of 2.49 seconds, and then if you reload cancel, it drops down to 1.32. This is the number you get for it. If you have at least one bullet in the gun, it's 2.49 seconds. Now, if you were to go through all of your ammo when you went down to the very last bullet in the clip or in the magazine, then the reload time would be a little bit higher. It would be 2.97 seconds, and since it has to go through the full animation. And then if you were to reload cancel the full animation, it would drop down to 1.43 seconds. So always reload cancel is what you want to say here. Apart from that, the Mtar has very clear iron sights. It's something you don't really have to worry about. They're clear, but they're not super clear. It's one of those weapons where if you feel the need to put a red dot sight or any kind of sight on it, you can, but it's clear enough for up close that if you're the kind of person who likes to stay back and take people out, I would recommend putting a sight on this thing, because it can be a little bit obscure and it can block a little bit of your sights. The last thing you want to know about the Mtar is that it has moderately low recoil. It's very controllable, it's very predictable, so it's kind of like a weapon that you can go into a long range weapon. It's not as accurate as, say, the M27, but it's definitely not a weapon that's going to kick all the way up and you're going to have to worry about maintaining your accuracy. It's definitely an easier weapon to use. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed today's episode of Under the Knife Dissection, remember to slap a like on this video. It really helps out the series and it shows me that you guys are enjoying this series. Also, if you really enjoyed it and you want to slap a favorite, go ahead and feel free to do so. Also, leave a comment down below with any of the guns in the game or perks or anything really that you guys want me to dissect and have a full breakdown of. You can leave it down in the comment section below. If you see one that you like, that you want me to cover, and it's already been left as a comment, go ahead and thumb it up so that I know as well. Anyways, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. There's going to be a lot more gun comparison to compare this guy to the Type 25, which I have already done a dissection for. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Under the Knife Dissection. I'm Max, I'm out. Peace.